thrive on their own because culturally they have been groomed and individually they succeed, right? A few times in the past, we tried to introduce, collaboration. Let's do this together. And it didn't work because people would often come with bad experiences they've had.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that rubs off on people.
Yeah, so just what Sean was just talking about, trust.
Just a few years, fast forward to a few years ago, the power of disruption brought about collectivism that worked. Some of us decided to get some things done with just a few people. It wasn't anymore trying to bring the community together. It was first picking a handful of people that are like-minded, share your ideas, and just start with something. Is it a cooperative? Just start. Is it a project towards the government or towards the private sector? Just start. Is it trying to, come together to just do one thing? Just start. 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. Once that thing worked, people automatically just got tuned into it. And today, you actually have community groups working together. You have professional people working together. You have people that have formed certain groups that are bringing 20, 50, 100 people together to achieve something. And so for the first time in a long time, we are actually beginning to see collectivism work for a culture that typically have been individualistic. And I'm happy that I am right in the middle of what has been happening. And I can say firsthand, I think it has come to stay. So that narrative is now changing, but it was from a place of disruption. It was like, whether I like it or not, this thing is going to happen. And because it happened with a few people, other people are beginning to get aligned to it. Because as you know, success have a lot of relatives. I'll leave it there for now.
I like that. All right. So in a nutshell, so what you're saying is that now it wasn't something that, because as a people, we have like I said, we have a village mentality in the sense that we have a community mindset naturally, the way we were raised. But then again, when it comes to economic development, we've not necessarily had that collective mindset. But now there is a disruption that is happening, especially for those of us in the diaspora. It's a disruption. And I like what you said. You said, just start. If it's 2, 3 people, just start. Gradually, what you find that you start finding more people with like mindset that can join you, and you guys can grow it together. You yourself, you've been able to build a network of how many people do we have in NNC now?
So in a group, we have almost 600 people. But again, through collectivism, we actually have thousands across the country.
Okay, fantastic. So in the group, we have 600 people, but by networking, we have over 1,000 people that operate around the NNC network of Nigerians in Canada. And you have been at the forefront of building that alongside other projects as well. Now, because of my time and because of time is gone, we won't drag this matter for too long. But I want to. It's the last Friday of the month, and on the last Friday of the month on the show, what I normally do is we do old school music. We've not played too much music on the show tonight, but then I want to take you a little bit back to when you were growing up. And I don't know whether you grew up in the 60s or the 70s or the 80s or which one. Now, when you were growing up, can you tell us, do you have any experience? Because it's Ileya right now in Lagos, in Nigeria. They're doing Ileya. I don't know whether you're a Lagos boy or you grew up in the East. Did you have experience?
Ileya is a Nigerian thing.
Well, I didn't know how strong it was in the East, though, so I'm not sure. So because if you grew up in Lagos or Southwest, it's huge, right? So did you guys have any memories of this festive period in Nigeria as a child? What was your favorite memory of growing up in Nigeria? As during the Ileya period.
Okay, just by way of information, I am from the East because I am Igbo in Nigeria, but I was actually born in the South where I grew up as well.
Okay.
Specifically in Warri, Delta State.
Oh, okay.
I pretty much lived in a neighborhood that had a large Muslim community.
So I grew up interesting.
Knowing all these Muslim events. I grew up having Muslim friends where, the Ileya festival is really big for them. And then there was a lot to eat and drink. You would see them really partying unusually. Even for people that I thought growing up were conservatives, they spare no cost when it comes to the celebration because according to what they told me, that is their version of Christmas.
Yep.
And so it's a big deal for them as well, right?
Yep.
So growing up, it's one festival where collectivism again played a role. Everybody just came together. You know, we ate with them, we drank with them, we understood that they were married, there was a holiday, usually at least 2 days.
Yeah.
Most of them would travel as well. And it was a beautiful event. Even now, just this very year, for example, my Muslim friends were still reaching out, sharing pictures, telling me about stuff, even sharing videos of them going to buy rams on board cow, you know, some had the host parties, some hosted all-night events. So I know that it's a big deal. For now, I wouldn't say it's unfortunate, but I would say maybe it's work in progress. You know, in Canada, there are no Muslim holidays.
Okay,
so
well,
if you don't have Muslim friends, you really wouldn't feel
the
Ileya
vibe,
right?
yes. And
yes,
actually, as Nigerians would like to turn up.
Yes. So for Nigerians here that are Muslim, they did celebrate. I mean, I got all those pictures and invites and flyers, but it's not exactly, you know, big here because there's no holiday. There's really nothing much talked about it. But back in Nigeria, it's a big deal. Growing up, it was fun.
Yes.
Up until I left Nigeria, I was always part of that celebration. Of course, the later part of my career ended up in Lagos before I left the country. And so it was out of this world in Lagos.
Awesome. So what is the memory that you remember the most as growing up as a child in Nigeria? Favorite memory growing up as a child in Nigeria? What's it? What would that be?
Okay. So when I was in primary school, and this was something my uncle even reminded me of, I actually used to teach my friends. I would say I was actually way more intelligent. My friends,
I still think you are still very much intelligent.
And my uncle would sit down and watch me actually pick up a cane and kind of my age mates into listening to me. Like if I sense they are veering off,
oh my goodness,
I would actually hit them on the head.
Oh my goodness.
Come back. Like they listen to me, they will say, there was this respect. This unusual follower.
So you've always been a leader from time immemorial.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So how I was able to pull that off.
You don't know.
Yeah. So that's one memory that stuck with me.
All right. Thank you very much, Uche. It was great having you on the show tonight. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I think pretty much we'll be catching up very soon again. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes.
Thanks for joining on the show.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Right. Thank
awesome.
You. Really
good to have you. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that was Uche Okugo. And I had to just have that conversation and ask him. And I'm throwing that question to you too, Oluseun in the house. So tell me your Ileya experience when you were growing up. I know you probably grew up too in 2000 or something, you know, as a small girl, young girl that you are. Don't mind me, I call her because she looks very, very young. She still looks like a Gen Z. Please tell me.
That's very encouraging. Well, I grew up in the 80s. I would say that.
Must you tell us that you grew up in the 80s? I've already said you grew up in 2000.
I think my favorite Eid, this bigger Eid memory was because we lived in something called an estate back home. I think here they call it gated communities. And so,
by the way, in case you didn't know, gated community in Nigeria is for, of course, you know, like when a community is gated, it's for the high class people, you know.
That's not part of the conversation. It was looking forward to counting the rams that the fathers bought, like the dads of the houses that celebrated Eid. So they would have tied the rams, which is not something my kids would get to see here.
Okay.
In front of their houses. So you would go and say, "Oh, Mr. This has 2 rams, and Mr. That has 3 rams," and that was the conversation.
Wow.
And on that day, of course, they would make all the food and send to all of the houses. I think if I was going to tie my Eid Ileya experience to the conversation we've been having, it's still that community mindset that we had. For them, it was a Muslim celebration. It didn't matter what you worshipped, food came to your house. And when it was Christmas and it was our turn as Christians to celebrate, we were also sending food to their house because in our minds, we were one, we were community, we collaborated, we did things together. And, you know, Uche said something that I was very profound to me. And I don't like saying too much, but colonialism is a factor to play. We all kind of lived a dual life. In school, we're very British, we're very colonial, right?
Yeah.
At work, the same. But you see, in our everyday life, that thing that he called social life, there was a different kind of lifestyle. It was communal. So that was the real us. Colonialism shifted us from our authentic, real person.
Yes.
And that's why I always like to take us back to who we really, really are.
Yes.
When the chips are down, we leave what we do in school and say, don't speak your language. When we operate in our work, the same thing. But when we get into community, our real self show up.
Oluseun, I'm getting the vibe that you're going to have to lead a conversation or a program or a project that takes us back to who we really are. I'm guessing that. So, what I really need to do a community announcement, some stuff that's going on in the community that you might want to be part of. The Ankara Festival, the Ankara Carnival is happening live in Kitchener, and it's a fabric display of music, dance, games, Nigerian dishes, African cuisine, as well as gift prizes for best dressed, and it's happening tomorrow, and May 30th, 2026. So we're having the Ankara Festival happening in tomorrow, Ankara Festival, guys. So Ankara Carnival, May 30th, 2026, 2 p.m. And it's at the Clock Tower, 80 Schneider Avenue, Kitchener. And then also we will be we talked with Mrs. Bibiri, that is Sumolua, and then she's having the French Advantage, which is Saturday, 6 June 2026, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Venue is Sir Wilfrid Laurier Recreation Center, Hamilton, Ontario. And then, so if you're an international student, PGWP holder, work permit holder, and anyone interested in improving their chances of obtaining Canadian permanent residency, this might be of value to you. And so you can go to eventbrite.ca/the French Advantage. And then also, have you signed up for the Journey of the Monarchs? That's happening tomorrow as well, and is holding at the that's Journey of the Monarchs, and holding tomorrow, 30th of May 2026, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Speakers are Jason Kipfer, Kingsley Madu, Pranay Joshi, Brent Edwards, Fidelia Ukweje, Tom Oluwole, and of course, yours sincerely, Alex Adiadifemi, Coach AAA. And so you can go get your tickets at www.journeyofthemonarchs.com. Also, this Sunday, I'm having an event this Sunday, and it's happening on the 31st of May 2026 for a very unique and empowering session where I'll be sharing and teaching on how to find your path and place of natural excellence and build a more meaningful success in Canada. I call it the School of Audacity. And if you have been living in self-doubt, fear, second-guessing yourself, constant procrastination, imposter syndrome, too scared to pursue your dreams, and feeling like you're lost, stuck, or drifting away, especially as an immigrant, then join me this Sunday on the 31st of May 2026 at the Adventure for Change, 465 Phillips Street, Suite 206, Waterloo, Ontario. Time is 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's just 2 hours. It's a free gift from me, but you got to register. So go to the link in my Instagram bio to register, or send me a message at 226-212-9166. I believe it's your time for someone to become the mentally liberated and excel. So I'm bringing the show to an end. Oluseun, thank you so much for joining me on the show tonight.
AAA.
So how can people find you? I know you do amazing work on Adventure for Change. Do you want to share the Instagram handle or the website of Adventure for Change?
Yeah, Adventure for Change is at adventure4change.org, and Instagram is Adventure for Change, LinkedIn Adventure for Change.
What about you personally?
Oluseun Olayinka on Instagram would be the easiest way to find me.
Oluseun Olayinka on Instagram.
And then, Oluseun Olayinka on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Shamseun on Instagram. SHAMSEUN.
Okay, fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Attend some of those programs I shared with you, and I believe in your possibilities. Go and excel.
Watch your own back, hit me and go out alone, black. never went. That's what my tumor said. Right above my government tumor like.
Once on a night in New York City, in the winter's pouring rain, a saxophone pierced the gray, and I've never been quite the same. Its haunting melody descended from the warring clouds, the most elegant sound. It won that cold December with its embers. From that bridge in the distance, like that first grain of spring, through the mist came a phrase that made my heart sing. I've searched the world and all its corners, but I lost that